Hello, hello, hello. Welcome again to the Fish Pod, episode 2. This is a big episode. It's historic because we got our first guest on the pod. Boom, now you'll be on screen. It is my buddy Sebastian. How are you doing?
Not so bad. Thank you so much for having me. How are you?
Nice. Yeah, I'm doing well. Nice, bro. Well, I haven't talked to you. Sebastian's my buddy from college, and I sound so old, buddy from old in the college days. And
College
before,
days, that was like what, 2 months ago?
yeah, so long ago. And I haven't talked to you since the plague.
Yeah,
But yeah,
yeah.
how you been since quarantine started and everything?
It's been interesting. Shortly after the pandemic started, I don't know, I kind of just hid in my room a lot, kind of like most people. Um, I've just been very, very depressed,
Oh
but
yeah.
I'm sure everyone else is. I started reading a few books, so that's good. I haven't read a book in a while, so I'm happy that I'm able to do that. Also, my work has been like treating me super, super well. I'm very blessed to have the job I have right now. So
Oh
thank
nice.
goodness for that.
Nice. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
definitely been. It's just so I've had with all the time on my hands, just way less motivation to do anything with it than ever. I feel like, but
Tell me about it. Yeah. Once the quarantine started, my grades plummeted. I really do not have the discipline to do work outside of the classroom. It's hard. It's really hard. I just don't have the discipline. It's just not how
yeah.
I am.
I feel yeah. I'm finally starting an actual job next week, but since then as far as work, I've just been working for DoorDash, which is on my own schedule and stuff, and I'm
Yeah.
it's so easy just to not work when it's
Yeah,
okay,
definitely.
yeah.
Yeah. Any interesting movies you've been watching recently?
What did I watch? We watched last night. What was it called? First Man. It's like that one about Neil Armstrong. It has Ryan Gosling. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, I watched that last night, and it was pretty good. There's one guy in it who I kept saying looks like Matthew McConaughey, but my roommate Zong was did not agree. I'll put a picture of him up on there, and everyone can
Yeah.
decide too if he looks like Matthew McConaughey. But I think he does. So that was the main exciting point of it. What about you? Have you been watching anything cool?
Just last night actually, I started watching this movie called Killer Bean, and it's free on YouTube, kind of like Kung Fury. I've just been seeing it like in memes and stuff floating around the internet, and I thought it looks really cool, so I thought, why not? And I didn't finish it. I got like two-thirds of the way done. But it is such a good movie. It is so, so good. Very John Wick style. But I can't take it seriously.
Yeah.
Like, it's a very serious movie, but just the animation makes me laugh when I shouldn't be laughing. But I love it so much. I'm
I've
gonna
seen that one.
tell
Yeah, it's
everyone
so good.
about it. Yeah.
I know. It
Yeah.
honestly has some of the best action sequences, better than most Hollywood movies, I think. Just the
Yeah.
choreography of those beans is so badass.
Yeah. And the animation too is just so so well done. Like you look in the bean's eyes and you see the reflection of what they're looking at in
Yeah.
real time. It's ridiculous. It looks like a really expensive movie, but at the same time it also looks like very homemade. And
Yeah,
it's
it's
just I don't know. Props to them.
yeah, it's weird. I wonder what they animated it with because it looks kind of like a low budget animation type of thing, but they just
Yeah.
put a lot of time into it, I guess. And
Yeah. Yeah.
damn, Killer Bean, I forgot about that. It's been a few years since I've seen that movie.
It's old. It's an old movie.
I don't think super old. I think it's been out for at least a couple years though, maybe 3 or 4 years. Yeah.
Cause I know, of course, YouTube videos have like the dates on them, but for some reason I thought it was like something that came out
Yeah.
within the last
Oh look,
year.
let's see here. Killer Bean, 2009 actually.
You're kidding.
Yeah.
Holy crap. Oh my god. I thought this was like a new thing because I just recently started, seeing all like the memes and stuff of it pop out.
Yeah, I feel like it was one of those that came out but didn't get any recognition for a while. Yeah, I guess for 2009, that's pretty good animation then.
It's really good. Yeah, especially for not like, you know, anything Hollywood.
Yeah, let's see. Google just says the budget is under $1 million. So, I mean, that's a pretty big range. So,
Yeah. For something that's not live action, I guess under 1 million would be good, but anything with like actual humans, like 1 million is very, very little
yeah.
for movie budgeting. Movie budgeting is so complicated. I never really got into the pre-production schematics.
Yeah, me too. I took one class like my freshman year that was a pre-production specific class that had talked about budgeting and like scheduling a lot too, but
Mm-hmm.
I did not like retain any of that knowledge, which is like biting me now because I've like been trying to do some like freelance editing and stuff,
Yeah.
and like the whole like, okay, how much you charge? I'm like, dang, I don't know how much you got, and like
Yeah.
how do you pay me? How do I like pay taxes or whatever, and like make sure I don't do anything illegal?
Yeah, yeah. Pre-production is definitely like it's super important, but of course everyone like civilians just look at a movie and think of the pretty pictures, but it's more than that. It really is more than that, and it's just ridiculous for how long movie making has been going on, and all these like statistics and logistics are just like clockwork in the
Yeah.
Hollywood industry.
Yeah, it's insane how much money goes into a movie, like billions of dollars and stuff.
Yeah, definitely. Even like small movies that aren't really that big, even those things can like cost everyone's mortgage.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That's why they say time is money on the set.
Yeah. In China, apparently movies are funded by the government. So I was watching this thing on how Jackie Chan really like perfects his fighting scenes, and because the government funds the movies, they have all the time in the world to just rehearse, rehearse, rehearse. So they really just like make sure their movies are perfect. And I've always loved foreign films, so I do have that bias. But you know, movies made outside of the U.S. Have just their own charm in like every single way.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
love it.
I need to watch more foreign films. I like started like I saw a lot more than I ever have with you were in that same film theory class as me, like fall semester when we watched all those. Like that was that definitely like I feel like that class doubled the amount of foreign films I'd seen. There's some good ones
Definitely.
there. Like
Yeah.
that one. What was that one German one?
Oh, Antonia's Line. I think it was Dutch.
Or there's that one, but then there's the one where like the German guy goes to Japan.
Oh, I don't remember the name of it. I know what
Yeah.
you're talking about. That one was really good.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, that was an interesting class because I've had that professor a few times before, and she has a very interesting taste in movies. Like, they're either really, really boring, they either have a lot of sex, or they're like good, or some blend of the three. And it's weird because she just a lot of the movies are just either really, really boring or have a lot of sex, and it's just she likes sex a lot. For like someone her age, she's like in her 70s or 80s. She really enjoys sex. It's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, that was an interesting class. It was fun. I enjoyed the movies we saw.
Yeah.
My one big memory from that class is like, I remember kind of near the beginning of the semester, there was some like march for like environmental, like sustainability or something, and I was like asked her if I would miss anything important in class if I went to that, and she was basically like, oh, today's a really important day. But then I remembered like every class after that, she would make a point of bringing up the environment and like look directly at me. She'd be like, say something about like, oh, people care about this and the environment, and like look at me. And I was just like, oh, okay. But that was fun. She's a great lady though. It was a great
Oh
class.
yeah, I took a class with her the semester prior to that, that time, and she found out I spoke Spanish. So every time she would say something in Spanish, she would look directly at me, and I'm like, okay, a little weird, but thank you.
Yeah. Damn. Nice. Well, I remember you saying a while ago you were thinking of doing YouTube also. Are you still thinking about that?
Yes, I actually just opened up two YouTube accounts right now, for one for video essays and one for gaming. And I know gaming isn't like the most safety net of YouTube niches, but it's just something for me to like pour my hobbies into.
Yeah.
Just to say that I have something, because I don't really have a whole lot right now, which is a big bummer. But yeah, I finally started those two off.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. And you'll be doing video essays, you said, or like kind of like
Yeah.
commentary type stuff?
Yeah, I have this obsession with video essays. For the longest time, I've always loved writing essays for like class and stuff. And I always tell my friends, hey, if you need someone to help with like proofreading, or even if you pay me to write your essay, I'll do it. I love rhetoric a lot, and that oddly stems from YouTube. I love watching video essays from music theory to video games to Idubbbz of all people,
Yeah.
and it's just great, and I love it, and it really has helped the way I write essays in college.
Nice. Damn, yeah, I haven't watched Idubbbz in a minute, but he really does like despite how goofy his stuff is, like it's really well like thought out and like put together. Like his
He's
especially
smart.
Yeah, definitely. And his one like I think my favorite one is his content cop on rice gum. Like that
Yeah.
was such a well made video, and his whole
Such well made.
his whole theme of like the seven sins and stuff, like going
Yeah.
through it. And, yeah, that,
Yeah, at the start of quarantine, I actually went all the way back to his very first videos, and I watched every single Idubbbz video over quarantine. Now I don't necessarily like binging. It was more of a like a couple videos a day kind of thing. But even back in like 2013, he just doing his Kickstarter crap videos, he knows how to like pull out the BS from a person's project and call them out on it, and like
yeah.
in a very intellectual way, like in a very intelligent way, he knows how to like pick apart mistakes and say like what flaws are, and that like I don't know, I love that so much. And his content cops are, for the most part, there's like one or two that aren't really like super good on his part, but he really does his research. And that's one thing about video essays, is that you have to know what you're talking about.
Hmm.
And his diss track on Rice Gum it was so well made.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how much that would have cost, but it was just, to this day I've listened to it like 1,000 times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, and I remember that was like one of Rice Gum's main response. He was just like, "This guy's obsessed with me to research me this much. Get off my dick, bro." And like, that's just the sign that he lost the argument.
Yeah. Yeah, not to mention he himself was asking for it. He was like, I don't really care,
Yeah.
but I kind of want Idubbbz to make a content up on me, but I don't really care.
Yeah,
Like, what a tool.
I know. Like,
Yeah.
my God, that guy. At least like Logan Paul did an apology when he fucked up, but
Yeah.
Rice Gum, like I remember his apology for that whole like scam I think a bunch of YouTubers were doing with the weird it was like some kind of like gift box or like mystery box website or something that was basically like scamming a bunch of like kids out of money. And like
Uh-huh.
Rice Gum's apology for that was basically he just said, "Yeah, I'm sorry, but all these other YouTubers were doing it, and I guess here's Amazon gift cards." And he just like put a bunch of codes for Amazon gift cards on the screen, and that was like his apology.
He is just, and I know I really shouldn't be bashing someone else, especially on your videos, so like forgive me, but he's the epitome of arrogance. And God, I still can't wrap around the thought that in his response to Idubbbz Content Cop, he took, again, just looking from the outside, he took a rape victim and had her strip in front of him.
Yeah.
And of course she had his like consent and everything, but it's like you hired a rape victim to strip for you just to prove a point, not even that good of a point. And it's just it's really sad that they're kids looking up to this guy, you know?
Yeah, that was really such a weird way to say that she forgave him. Like he could have just, if he really wanted to like show there's no bad blood between them, she could have just come on there and been like, yeah, I feel like he's learned from his mistake, so da da da. And but then him having that whole, oh my god, but.
Yeah. Yeah, but oddly enough, I kind of look up to him quite a bit, which I know is weird to a lot of people, but again, he's just a really intelligent guy. He knows how to argue. Like that's a thing I see missing in a lot of people nowadays, is that they don't know how to properly construct arguments, and he just knows how to do that so well. And I think that could apply outside of like YouTube videos and college essays. Like when you know how to approach someone as an adult and like point out each other's pros and cons maturely, it makes everyone feel smarter.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. And I think the last Idubbbz video I saw was his like addressing people, talking about his girlfriend's OnlyFans and stuff. And I remember like that a lot of people were like roasting him for, like, not because of the fact that she had an OnlyFans, but like the way he responded of like, I don't know, like I watched this one guy, I forget what the YouTuber was, but they did a video essay about it and how like all of Idubbbz Audience that he's kind of created is very much like, they describe it as like boys only, and like kind of the people you would expect to make fun of someone if their girlfriend had an OnlyFans account.
Right,
and like,
yeah.
And how he like turned it on them and was, I don't know, that he like, it was weird that he was so surprised that that was their response.
Idubbbz's audience, and even like his persona, because of course there's a difference between Ian the human and Idubbbz. You know, he's a character. It's what he is. His niche is very edgy, so to speak, and that definitely plays into it. Like edgy audiences, they're not necessarily bullies, but they do enjoy making fun of people. And of course, the phrase "Idubbbz is a simp," that it has a decent ring to it. It flies around very fast. I personally disagree with that. I don't think he's a simp. Because, well, for one thing, there's this YouTuber, his name is Penguin Zero or Critical. He himself said that Idubbbz isn't a simp. And if someone like him, some like man with a beard, with like an actual beard, says that Idubbbz isn't a simp, then I think it's pretty clear that he isn't a simp. But what do I know? I'm just some lanky loser.
Oh yeah, like I only learned of the word simp like pretty soon before like that Idubbbz video, like pretty recently, and it's so, I don't know, I feel like everybody has such different definitions of it. Like it seems like it should be, it's like when a guy likes a girl, or maybe even the reverse, and like it's all one person giving all the effort and nothing reciprocated, and they're just like, no matter how much they're turned down, just keep wanting this other person. And I don't like see how his girlfriend having an OnlyFans is that at all. Like,
I think the fact that she is his girlfriend consensually, they're both pretty happy from what I can tell, and as far as I can tell, she isn't cheating on him. I don't think that makes him a simp. Everyone's been a simp before. Who hasn't been a simp? Women and men alike. It's just how we are. But in this case, he isn't exactly chasing his girlfriend. He's being supportive. But that doesn't make him a loser. That doesn't make him like a beta cuck male, I don't think.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if anything, the people like giving her the money on her OnlyFans are the simps. I don't know.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I respect all these e-girls and e-boys kind of thing. It's a very new and modern thing that's going on. And I respect it. Like, if you're making money off of something, even if it's your body, good for you, money is money. But at the same time, and this is like the capitalist inside of me, how well is that going to look on a resume, you know? But again, if you're making money, then like, hey, that's awesome. don't stop, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I remember like I think even Idubbbz like pointed that out in that video because one guy who was like roasting was saying like, "Oh, she's not gonna get a future job," and like Idubbbz was like saying that no job is gonna find that or care. Which I feel like in her instance, since she's kind of in the public eye, like being
Yeah.
in a relationship with Idubbbz, like people will know her for that. But I mean, I feel like just a random person having an OnlyFans, they can keep it anonymous enough that if they decide they don't want to do that anymore and want whatever other type of job, that like that job wouldn't find that.
Yeah. On top of that, I think there's a little bit of a premium that comes with like being even semi-famous, even just internet famous of when someone's famous, they have a little bit more respect than any average civilian. So, because of that, I think she has a little bit of like leeway. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah. What other YouTubers have you been watching?
There's this not super duper well known guy. His name is The Salt Factory. He does video essays on like video games, but like they're very like I guess nostalgia feud. Like, was Oblivion as good as I remember? Was Skyrim as good as I remember? And then they tend to be very anecdotal. Like he would say, when I was a kid, I loved this game a lot, and I like it because they're very personalized. And he just has that voice. He has a very good uh, voice for narration. But they're super intricate. They're super long. I'm a sucker for long videos, and I'm talking like 2 hours, three
Oh,
hours.
damn.
Yeah, he did like a 3 hour or 2 hour video on analyzing every Pokemon game, and I watched it in like one sitting. I don't know. I also tend to really like long songs, anything from like 2 minutes to 24 minutes. I don't know. It's weird, and it tends to make me a little bit of a cast out because nobody likes a song that's longer than 6 minutes, and I'm here listening to like 20-minute songs.
No, I mean, yeah, I don't know if I've ever heard a song that long, but I don't know. That's what I love about YouTube is like how we were just talking about how big a budget like Hollywood movies have and like how much time it takes, but here people make feature length films like just on their own in their bedroom
Yeah.
about Pokemon or something like you said.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Salt Factory, I respect him a lot. Video games are like seen as sort of like kind of a loser thing. Like if you like video games, you're not really that special because everyone likes video games. But just like Idubbbz, he's intelligent. He knows how to like construct his arguments and prove his points. Um, but I also enjoy whenever a video essay is so like professional sounding in its narration that whenever they like use a curse word or something, it sort of takes you out of it. I don't know. I like it for some reason.
Mhm.
It's funny to me.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I feel like video games are like since they're such a I guess like easy accessible thing, like everyone thinks they likes to I don't know, think they know a lot about them, but I feel like it really takes like a specific person to be like super super into them and like know them really well, I guess. Like because I'm like not much of a gamer, like I'll just play a video game if I'm like with friends who have a console or something, but just
Uh
like
huh.
how like into it like so many people are is I feel like I mean it definitely takes a lot of like you have to like a lot of passion for it and stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh dang
But
it.
it also I think ties into like story, like the Salt
Mm-hmm.
Factory. He analyzes story, and that could like go back to things you've learned from a 12th grade English class, or even like a 100 level English class. Like you need to know the subjects that you were taught to like
Mm-hmm.
tie them into what it is you're trying to argue about.
Yeah, for sure. Hello, everyone. This is Fish from the future during editing. And during this next part, not only did my camera cut off, kind of interrupting everything, but I was also pulling up a video for me and Sebastian to react to, and I didn't really think it through well enough to how he could watch it while we were recording ourselves separately. But basically, long story short, this last part's just going to be a recording of the Zoom call we were on. So sorry it's a little lower quality, but anyway, this is us reacting to this really odd paparazzi channel called The Hollywood Fix, and here's that. Okay, ready. This is him following Jake Paul out of a restaurant, and I just think the interview is pretty LOL. So we'll see. All right. 1, 2, 3. Boom.
Jake, what's going on, bro? How you doing, man?
Good. How are you, bro?
Good to see you, man. You having a good night out here celebrating with Abby?
Yeah, vibing.
So what all you been working on lately, bro?
Oh, I got some shit in the works.
Really? What's going on with you, man?
I got a fight announcement, bro.
Really? Who you gonna fight? Is it gonna be like Deji or KSI again?
Oh, this is it. Oh, yeah.
I just love how it's just Jake Paul having a full-on other conversation with this guy just following him, trying to talk to him.
You got a lot of new ice since the last time I seen you, Jake.
Yeah, we got a song coming out on Friday.
What's the song about?
Shit, it's just really flexing, but
You've been really good at that lately, man. Congratulations to you, man. You've been blowing up a lot, man. I saw you got a new music video too. You had like a crane. It had like kind of like a Kanye type vibe.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the one coming out Friday.
Really? Is the name of it?
It's called Fresh Out of London.
Nice, man. You've been doing a lot of good stuff, man. I like I like the song you dropped, the I'm Single.
That was like a year. That shit's trash.
Yeah, that's the gist of it basically. But that's like at that end though, when he mentioned that song and Jake Paul was like, "Oh, that was like a year ago." That's the thing that guy always does, is he's so like not informed about these people he's like talking to and like harassing. And like there was like some TikTok kid that he was like, "Oh, I like when's this song coming out?" And he's like, "Oh, it came out like 3 months ago, dude."
I like that. That's clever. Yeah.
But yeah, I just thought that guy's another funny thing on the YouTube.
I wish I could go chase around and harass celebrities.
Yeah.
It'd be fun like that.
Yeah. All right. But yeah, we can wrap up the pod now.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, thanks so much for coming on it again. And once you're doing your YouTube videos, hopefully we can collab or something eventually.
Sounds good.
But yeah, do you wanna say the names of them yet for anyone watching, or are they still in the works?
I'll say the names, but also if you want, we could include the links down below.
Yeah, definitely.
Because again, they're super not discovered at all. My first one is TrappTrapp, with a total of 4 P's, and the second one is TrappExp, and they're spelled super stupidly, but we'll include them down below.
Oh yeah. Dope. All right. Well, thanks, Sebastian, aka TrappExp. And yeah, I'll see you around, bro. I'll talk to you soon. And this was the Fish Pod, episode 2. Hope you all enjoyed it. See you in the next one.
Be safe. Make
all
sure.
right. You too, bro. Have a good one.